little guinea pig she had. Frankie has a really nice guinea pig. That was about it. That's the only thing I liked. Hello, everyone. Welcome to another week, another episode. I think Rick got COVID. I hope not. Wasabi, how are you?
Was that a guinea pig, or was that like, I thought it was like a capybara or something? It looked way too big to be a guinea pig.
If that was a capybara, it was the cutest thing I've ever seen.
'Cause guinea pigs are small, right? They don't get big enough to like cradle like a
No,
baby.
guinea pigs get huge.
Do they really? Okay.
Yeah, guinea pigs get kind of huge. Also, a little bit of background echo.
Echo.
No, you. I can hear myself back a little bit, but that's okay. Hello. Hello. You want to get into the elephant in the room? The big colorful elephant?
Sure.
The big colorful beautiful elephant that dropped on Saturday?
What elephant would that be?
That would be Persona 4 Golden on Steam.
Oh, yeah. You been playing it? How do you like it?
It's great. It's great. It's everything I ever dreamed of, except for that Junez theme.
Oh, the Junes
Everything,
theme slaps, dude.
everything is your Junez. And then the little one says it too, and it's like that girl, man. I don't know. Did Dojima scare the shit out of her? Why is she like this small adult thing?
Small adult thing where they put a lot of responsibility on her.
A lot. It's like a Japanese thing because she kind of just does it. Never seen someone that actually knows how to make food, actually does the dishes, cook food, does the laundry, and she's like contempt. It's very weird. She would be someone's
Just
wife someday.
what you sipping on?
I'm sipping on the Monster, man. But it's just
Monster.
one of those things. It's like I like her.
Best girl. Who's the best girl?
Chie's best girl because she's nuts.
Yeah,
She's
she
gonna kill you.
is.
She will kill everyone. She will put a boot up your ass.
How far did you get?
4 hours in, we got to the first dungeon.
That's it?
Well, I'm gonna play more later, but yeah, I only got like 4 hours into it. We're already, one girl disappeared. You don't know. We met up with the bear dude.
Hasn't even gotten good yet, man.
It hasn't even gotten good yet. It's the JRPG from whatever it came from. 4K runs good at 4K. Some hitches, but it's not bad. $20 fucking dollars. You
Yeah,
no
that is a
longer
very
have
good
to spend.
price.
You no longer have to buy a used Vita from the back alley to play Persona 4 Golden. You no longer have to go buy a PlayStation TV to play Persona 4 Golden.
Does it still have the network features?
Yes.
Like it had a thing where you could like cheer people on when you were in a dungeon. I
Yes.
think that's what it did. I don't really remember. It wasn't really like a fleshed out thing. It was just like, hey, hit this button and what's his face sent you a health or some shit like that.
Yes. That is still a thing.
Okay.
They asked you, do you want to be connected to the internet? And you say, yes, I would love to be connected to the internet. So yeah, that is Persona 4 Golden. If you didn't buy it already, go fucking buy it.
It's weird that they just did that one and I don't know, they skipped 3 and 5.
Well, now they know that they have a bunch of weeaboos on PC. Now they're gonna do 3. Now they'll put Fez out there.
They should do 3. 3 is very good.
They need to remake 2.
No, they don't.
You don't want Adolf Hitler in?
Some people like those first 2 games.
No, those games are
Uh,
bad.
yeah.
No, it's only If you ask me, it's 3, 4, and 5. That's it. That's all you need to know.
Yeah, they
At least
really
one.
they came into their own after one like on three and four definitely.
I mean, isn't Persona 1 and 2 basically your straight up RPG with bullshit?
Yeah, not like a straight up RPG. There's you can see some of the mechanics are still there from the newer games, but it's more traditional, I would say. But no,
Right.
it's still got some of the stuff in there.
I mean, it doesn't have the day night thing like you're going to bed. This ends the
Yeah,
day.
no, it doesn't do that, but it does a lot of like the tarot card shit, stuff like that.
Yeah, that's always present, but it's more of a point 1 to 2. There's no progression in days.
Yeah.
But everything is your Junez. Whatever. Junez. 4K. Did I tell you it runs in 4K?
Play anything else?
Uh, yeah, I've been playing Wolfenstein, the Sisterhood of the Traveling Hitler.
Good game. Good game.
I was playing it on the Xbox. It looked like crap. It did. It looked like absolute shit. So I went to the PC, which that one fared better. And yeah, it's not bad. Hitler's dead, and it runs very nicely, I guess. There's not much to it. You
Like
just go around, shoot things, and level up. That's about it.
yeah, there's not much to it. But I don't know. Those games are fun shooters. Like I like that shotgun especially, just the automatic shotgun. Just doof,
Yeah,
doof, 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 just fucking just kicks. Um
it's just that Xbox version just looks. It's just smeared in Vaseline. I needed something with better image. I think I'm starting to turn. I think I'm starting to realize that, man, when we went from PS3 to PS4, I thought the image problem was solved. Like, no, because some of those PS3 games were rough.
you should permanently switch to PC. Get rid of that
I
Xbox
did.
and your problems will be solved.
I think about it every day now. I'm not going to get rid of the PS4 because the PS4 don't have image problems like the Xbox does.
Well, you are on like a OG Xbox.
I mean, some of these games, man, like Dishonored shouldn't run as badly as it does. Prey shouldn't run as badly as it does. Like a lot of these games run really terrible. Like it's
Well,
it's shockingly bad.
that's why you have a PC.
Oh yeah,
If
yeah,
you
yeah.
care
That's
if
the
you
question.
care about that stuff, if you care about that stuff at all,
I
you
don't
shouldn't be gaming on a console.
I don't want to say like I don't care about resolution or anything. I just when you can't fucking see when the fucking fog's in your fucking eyes and you can't see, that's a problem. Like I don't have a problem with this on Switch, and that thing is way more underpowered. And it's a problem when you go like, oh my god, I can see the pixels in this. This is awful. Just saying, just saying. It's a fucking mess, but it runs great on PC if you have the PC to run it on. One last thing before you can talk about what you've been playing. Uh, Fortnite went crazy. Why is this news? Why is this here? Uh, the storm is now water. It's a tsunami now.
Hurricane,
No, no, it's a tsunami. It's a tsunami.
tsunami.
It's a tsunami. Water is on the floor. There was an event yesterday. Uh, there's this dude, and he wanted to flood the world, and he changed the storm to purple acid shit to water shit, and now you float up and you die. So if you get caught in that, you're dead. You're basically dead, and and you float up. So if you're in this water, it pushes you, and if you go too up, it shoots you out. It's fucking madness.
Cool.
They they literally fix a problem in that game where now you really have to get to the circle.
So what? It's not like you can like if that thing comes at you at all, you're fucking just instantly dead. You can't run out of it.
You can't run out, you can't shoot yourself out of it. Once you're in it, you're swimming in it and you're fucked.
Damn.
You can't heal in it, you're fucked. So yeah, you're in water and it's pushing you up. So even if you get out, back in the old circle from whatever, you can heal yourself, blah blah blah. No, you can't heal yourself. It pushes you up, and then once you're in it, it forces you in. No choice. You're fucked. Hmm.
Sounds cool. Well, it sounds like it forces
Yeah.
people to kind of just rush a little bit more. Like it forces you to
Oh, I fucking
keep.
love it. Because now when I say get the fuck into the circle, I mean it now. Because you will be fucked.
Is there any bigger meaning behind? Like I know they always
Yes.
change, they shift their world all the time. Is there any
Yes. Yes.
end game to?
Yes. Yes, they had an event yesterday, a whole fucking event about this whole changing of things. A whole event for a half an hour that you had to sit in, and they told you about what the fuck was about to happen.
How do they
And
how do they present that? Is it just like like a television screen like in PSO2 or someone like a judge just sits
no,
down and goes,
no, dude, it's even more crazier than that. So the the game went into first person. You sat
"Oh,
at a desk. The game went to first person. And it was talking in whatever that dude Midas, I think his name is. He's literally like going like, "I will end this whole place," and like these polls came out of nowhere, and the fucking agency exploded. You're like, "What the fuck is happening?" And
okay,
then
what is the lore behind Fortnite? Like are people like invested in the
oh,
storyline because as far as like
there's a
I
story.
yeah, well, yeah, for me outside looking in, I'm like there's all this shit happening and I have no idea like there's agents running around and I'm looting shit from a ship.
Well, the agents is this season, like this one. The agency didn't just show up out of nowhere. It's like, "Hello, I'm the agency." Midas is in charge of the agency, and I
Yeah, but
guess
are people do people care about the lore that's happening, or is
I
this
don't
just
think they
like
cared deeply about it. It's just kind of there.
yeah?
I mean, changing the storm from acid purple rain to fucking a tsunami of purple rain. I mean, that's a fucking big deal. I mean, how many fucking battle royals do you know that has a fucking seabed coming after you?
There's that snow one where you can like ski and shit. Uh, like they all do different shit. Like that Battlefield one that has like a wall of fucking fire that burns
Also,
everything.
one of the things it does is when you get in it, like say like that thing, you know how water has that halo effect, that water effect when it flecks through glass or whatever. It does that, so it's more ominous. It's fucking crazy.
Cool. So Fortnite Game of the Year.
No, it can never be game of the year because it never came out ever.
You're right. You're right.
It still says beta somewhere, so I'm like, I don't know. It'll be game of the year when it comes out, 2025 or whenever it decides to come out. I don't know. Maybe it'll
Um,
just be in beta forever. Who knows?
I've I've been playing some games. Last night
Yep,
I
last
streamed a
night.
couple of the itch bundle.
Did you have to use talcum powder?
No, it was great. It just went right on. No rash, no nothing. Just cleared right up. Um, but yeah, I loaded up a couple of games in there just to kind of check out the offering. I mean, when there's damn near 2,000 games, you kind of gotta just pick and choose what looks cool. And let's see, I loaded up Skyrogue, which is like it's like Afterburner. Like, have you ever played Afterburner, the Sega game? It's kind of like that, or like Arrow Fighters, where it's a full 3D kind of like a voxel based. It's got like a cartoony look, but it's full 3D, it looks really cool. I like the look of it.
Fired ass.
Um, real simple textures, but it's just a dog fighting uh jet simulator game. And it controls real well. Most of these games, actually all of these games have controller support. So like you just plug your shit in and it just goes.
Not like
Um,
Grimwood.
Grimwood, what the fuck is Grimwood?
Oh, it's that game at the end of the PC Game Awards. That was your reward for watching all that stupid shit.
Oh,
It was a demo for that. It ran like shit.
um,
That doesn't have. What I'm trying to say is it doesn't have PC. It doesn't have controller support. Coming soon though.
so yeah, Skyrogue is pretty cool. I loaded up. There was another one called Task Force Compass. Task Force Compass. It's like a bullet hell shooter, but what was cool about this game was so it's a bullet hell shooter, but when you take damage, you can repair your ship by not shooting. So if you don't shoot, your ship gets repaired. So it's like this.
So so it rewards you for being stylized.
Not it
For not
rewards you for it rewards you for
for
playing
dodging.
defensively, I guess. Yeah, for dodging, I guess. Um, very difficult. It took me like 5 tries just to beat the first boss. Um, very difficult, very fast paced. It's really cool. The soundtrack is fucking baller. Um, and like most of these games are really small, like a couple hundred megabytes at the most. So, so that one's really cool. Another one we tried was Lena's Inception, which is
Mm.
like it says it's procedurally generated, but I couldn't really tell. But that one's like a Game Boy style Zelda game. Uh, Another really cool one. I think it was kind of obtuse trying to figure out exactly what, like where I was supposed to go and what I was supposed to do.
Hmm.
Um, that actually, Lena's Inception actually has multiplayer. It has split screen multiplayer. Actually, a lot of these games have multiplayer, which is weird. Like especially on PC. Um,
So you're
so
saying
Lena,
finding a match is gonna be hard.
no, not finding a map. Well, it was local multiplayer, split screen.
Oh.
So it wasn't online multiplayer. Some of them do have online multiplayer, but I'm sure there's so many people. And I mean, when you got 2,000 games, maybe finding a match would be hard, but um, yeah, I don't know. But Lena's Inception is really cool. Just like a real cool Zelda game. Like, I mean, I'm a sucker for anything Zelda, so
Hmm.
I'll be playing more of that. Then there's another game called Which Way, which is a
Where?
little
Where? Where?
cute little puzzle game.
Where? Oh, HIO.
Yeah. Cute little puzzle game where you're a witch and you have a wand and you can like cast a control spell on
Oh,
like on these
which way?
blocks.
Not which way did he go?
Well, I'm sure it's play on words. So, but I'm a sucker. I'm a sucker for like puzzle games. It's like a puzzle platformer. Very. I actually had that one in my eye for a while, but I didn't even know it was included with this until I saw it in there. I was like, oh shit, I was been meaning to get that one, so got it now. That one's cool. Um, I tried a couple other ones. One more interesting one I tried was called Fossil Hunters, and this one is full 3D. Um, and the premise of this one is like you get a pickaxe and you just mine for fossils, and you can build your own dinosaur fossils with like the pieces you find. So it'd be like it'll give you a quest like, hey, build a dinosaur with 27 spines and 13 claws, and then just build it out. Like you can build it however you want, and then you just like clean it off, and then you submit it, and they give you like coins and shit for it. Um, I got to a point where it was like, hey, build a thing with 4 claws, and I was like, I haven't even seen a fucking claw fossil yet. I don't even know where these spawn. And it turns out there's like levels. There's a mine shaft you can go down. There's levels to it. And I was on level 1, and I could see there was another level, but I couldn't fucking get. It was like locked. I was like, how the fuck do I get to level 2? And then you go to the guide. He's like, yeah, you might have to go a little deeper to get those claws, dude. And I was like, I can't fucking go deeper because it's locked, and you haven't told me how to unlock it yet. So I was like running around for like 30 minutes trying to figure out how to get to level 2, and I couldn't figure it out. So I quit. But there's another game that has 4-player co-op. Um, like it's a really cool, just chill game where you're just mining for fossils and just building dinosaurs. Like it's really cool.
That sounds cool. So
Yeah.
more itchy games.
Yeah, I mean there's a lot of stuff in there, so I only checked out a couple of them. There's just pages and pages of shit, and like what's weird is like there's games that you've definitely heard of, like oh shit, that's in here. Like oh shit, like Octodata's in here, but it's on like page 27 out of
Yeah,
like
and also didn't they add like a bunch more games?
yeah, they're like I think it's like 1700 now. Um,
Oh wow! When I checked, it was like 1648. Now it's
yeah,
1700.
yeah, they keep adding. They kept adding more. They said, "Hey guys, we know that it's like difficult to find the shit that you're looking for. So we know we're gonna do a thing to kind of update this and make it easier to find the shit you're looking for."
Is this
Um,
the
I think
Chinese?
Oxenfree was in there.
Yeah. Also, is this the 78 game NES cartridge of our time? This is
No,
ridiculous.
because there's good games in here, whereas those NES cards never had anything good. Maybe they had one game, maybe like your Cheetah Men would be in there.
No, not that one. I'm talking about the 78 game cartridges where it had like Pinball and Mario and Hangman, Gunman, all that stuff. It had all the games you would kind of want, and that one game that never came out with the devil, but somehow made its way to the NES in this bootleg Chinese thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. There's like really high quality stuff in here, but some stuff that you just don't really care for. And there's stuff that's like not even games. There's like books in here and like game creation assets. Like here's 1,000 RPG graphics you can use to put in your game and shit like that. So really really cool stuff. Just um
We could probably use some of that, maybe, if you knew what you were
maybe
doing.
I was looking for like chip like samples that I can use to put in like FL Studio, like make beats out of, like some like chip tune shits that I can like make beats out of. But I didn't find it. I got to keep looking. There was some stuff like that in there, but I want some good shit.
Oh, I just want to remind people that there's a jump rope game that is free on the Switch, or you want to save that for gaming news. But I played it.
Yeah, talk about it.
There's a free jump rope game on the Switch. It's free. You can download it. It's a jump rope game. You take the two Joy Cons and you stop jumping rope or whatever, and you're supposed to do it for 100 a day, and I just kind of did it to see if it worked. And yeah, it's. I wish there was more tension on the jump rope. Wish there was more to when it came down. It doesn't really count. Like you could be a fucking autist or whatever. Sorry, I've been hanging out with alt wing people. You could be like, how the fuck do you say this on Twitter? You could look like a moron and just swing your arms like a moron if you really wanted to, and it would count. You don't really have to jump, but you should.
Is it what is it like? Is it like that is it like that mini game from Mario Party?
No, it's not the flame thing. And no one gets naked at the end, so it's not even that kind of fun. It's basically what am I trying to it's like a fitness kind of thing. If you play Ring Fit Adventures, kind of like that, you take, and you can give someone else a Joy-Con, they could jump rope, I guess. They can pretend to jump rope, but it just doesn't. I don't know. For me, I'm like, this would work out better if I just tied a string to the fucking Joy-Cons and jump rope.
Oh, so it's actually okay. I'm looking at a thing now. So it's actually you're actually like spinning the Joy-Con as if holding the jump
Yes.
rope.
Yes.
I thought it was just you're jumping and it was just a graphic of like timing or something. This is weird.
Yeah, but it doesn't really. It's not accurate, so it doesn't really. It only counts rotations. It doesn't really know that you're. I mean, literally, doesn't know.
Yeah, he's this guy is like jumping like 27 times before it even hits the ground.
Right. It doesn't know.
So what's the
To
is
get
this just
fit.
like a fitness thing?
To get fit. It was just some dude bored at home. He made this and they put it out in the eShop. It was a Nintendo dude. Like he worked for
Cool.
Nintendo. He was just home one day being bored. And he's like, I guess I'll make this then, huh?
Cool.
So yeah,
Well, if you're if you want to do jump rope shit, then there you go. Does
it's
it
very
can
rudimentary.
you lose? Can you lose or it just only count jumps?
The only losing you do is if you are. It doesn't count. No, it doesn't even do that. If you just flare your arms like a moron, you can win. I did 200 in a minute 30. Does that sound right to you?
Yeah, it sounds like you're getting a hell of a workout.
Yeah, it sounds great, doesn't it? Total lies.
Keep it up.
Yeah, it's a total lie though, but whatever. Jump rope game for the for Switch, free now. Buy it. You don't have to buy it. Just download it. Get swole.
Um I was also playing some old N64 shit.
Oh yeah, tell me about the
You don't really
the
have to.
love of N64.
No, I just
How
went
much?
back. So like RetroArch has achievements. Um
Hmm.
and they have achievements for N64 games. So like sometimes I just load up like an old game and I'm like just to see if it
Hmm.
has achievements. Like I load up Spyro on PS1 that has achievements and like Symphony of the Night has achievements. But like I don't know, some of the N64 stuff is difficult because like there's different versions of like N64 games. So like the version you have might not be the one that they made achievements for. So like I got like six different versions of Ocarina of Time and only the 1.0 US version has achievements.
Oh no!
Um yeah, so like it's like that. But I've been playing Perfect Dark.
You know you can play
Uh
Perfect Dark on anything, right?
well, not really. Well, if you have an Xbox, you can. That's
Huh?
the version I'd rather be playing, but I don't have an Xbox. I
Yeah,
have that
that game
game.
sounds.
If they put that rare replay on PC, then I would nut all over the place and we'll get it done. But they didn't do
I
that. They
wonder
haven't done
why. I
that.
wouldn't. They released everything else. They got the Master Chief Collection on there. They didn't do that yet.
I wish they would do that because those games are fucking golden. If I can play Banjo Kazooie and Perfect Dark without having to whip out my fucking emulator, then that would be perfect. Perfect Dark, in fact, which I've been playing. That game is great, man. Still a fantastic
Still,
game. The controls suck. The controls fucking suck, especially like that, like the third mission where it makes you like snipe those guys from the roof. Fucking sucks, but still a great game. I've been playing that in Super Mario 64. So
did you try the PC remake before it got taken down or whatever? It's somewhere on the internet. I'm sure of it.
no, um,
Someone
no,
made Super Mario 64 from the ground up for PC.
yeah, I've seen that. They had the sort they reverse engineered the source code from the game, uh, and recompiled it for PC with proper controls. So like proper X input controls, so you can use the right stick to use the camera and shit like that. Cool stuff, but I don't know. I'm not really. It's the same game. It's not like they changed anything
Has
or like
N64 emulation come a long way?
no,
It's
no.
still in the doldrums of complete shit. And the only people that know how to make it
It's
is
not
Nintendo.
complete shit. I mean, it's better. Like it's better than it used to be, especially for like I've been playing Perfect Dark on my Android phone, and it's damn near perfect on there. Like they've got pretty good I forgot what it's called, like dynamic recompiler, so that it plays damn near perfectly on most hardware. But it's still like not great. Like it's probably like from that generation the worst to emulate. But it's okay. It's like fine.
I
It
was
just
trying
has.
to play Oh, sorry. I was trying to play Pokemon Snap a few years ago, and this was like not that long ago, and the thing was too sped up. It was like I couldn't get it to like literally slow down.
Yeah, there's like options in there to like play at original frame rate or full frame rate, which I don't even know what that means, but I have used that full frame rate option and it does like speed the fucking shit up. Um,
To the point where it's unplayable. It's not like, oh, it's kind of faster. It's like, dun, 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 dun. It's like
yeah,
this game's broken.
well, yeah, you just probably have a setting in there like you just gotta limit the frame rate because those games didn't were not 60 frames. Those games were like 30
No, this thing was
maybe.
running at like 200 frames. It was running at a
Yeah,
ridiculous speed.
you just gotta set a frame limit. That's all that is. Because like
Yeah, I
Zelda's
tried to
like
find that.
25. Like Zelda wasn't even 30. Like Zelda was like 25 frames or some shit like that.
Zelda can get away with that.
Yeah. But that I think that's all I played.
Yeah.
Just some old shit, some indie shit.
All right. You want to get into the news?
Sure. Uh,
The elephant in the room?
so Sony PS5, the future of gaming. We
Yeah,
had a
it's the
glimpse
future,
of
all
it.
right.
It was
Glimpse of it, all
beautiful.
right. Did you
Uh,
know? I didn't mention this, but did you know that the white plastic has the X and O's and all the geometry of the PlayStation in it and on the controller?
does it just like a pattern?
Yeah, it's a pattern on the white. It's not just white. It has those X's and O's and crosses and bows and all that stuff.
Pretty cool.
Like, yeah, like that's a nice little detail. Is that thing huge?
Well, we'll get to that. We'll get to that.
Okay.
Let's do a blow by blow. So they started their event by showing some the thing everyone wanted to see, Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yep. You know what? I'm
uh,
gonna defend it a little bit, but you go.
defend Grand Theft Auto 5.
Yeah, I'm gonna defend it a little bit.
Well, let's
But
hear that.
a lot of people are saying, "Oh, look, Grand Theft Auto 5 is coming to PS5." A lot of people spent a lot of money on that game in that online world.
Sure.
Maybe we don't play that, but there's mansions and penthouses and all that stuff. I mean, if there was a game that was supposed to come, go forward again, it's that game.
But you expect it to happen just because it's so profitable. It's a no brainer for them to fucking put it out on
Right,
fucking everything possible. Like,
right. It.
it's not a surprise to
I
lead
mean,
off with this, to be like, hey guys, fucking GTA. Like, I don't know, it's just weird to come out the gate with this on your fucking PS5 showcase.
well, Apple does the same thing. They'll talk about their Apple Store and then they'll go into iPhones and Macs or whatever.
Actually seeing a lot of this stuff. So I haven't touched GTA Online in a long time, and seeing a lot of this stuff, like there's like F1 racing and like destruction derbies. I'm like, what the? When the fuck did they add this shit? Like, I
That
kind of want to load the game up and check some of this out.
I do too, and it was free on Epic Game Store if you care about that. Kind of want to
I've
check out what.
I've had it on PC since the day it came
Yeah,
out on
I, I,
PC.
I
I
have it
just
on I have it on PS4, so it's not really a problem. I mean, it's installed and ready to go. So if I wanted to go like,
you don't want to play the problem. The problem with GTA Online on console is those fucking load times, dude. The fucking load times in this game are atrocious. Like,
okay,
you spend more time sitting through the load screens than you do actually playing the fucking game. Like, that's why I had to get it on PC, and even on PC it fucking sucks.
even on SSDs and all that fast shit.
Well, I don't have it on my SSD because it's like 1,000 gigs,
Right?
the but I don't even think that's the problem. It's like the networking involved with
Can I
it is.
can I just say that load times on my PC are almost minuscule in comparison. Like even on a hard disk drive that is not 6 gig of wicked fastness or whatever how fast that is, it's still very fast to load in thing.
Yeah,
And
but
it makes
yeah,
me
so
wonder
they
with all. Oh, sorry.
oh no, they started out with GTA. PS5 owners will get GTA Online for free for PlayStation Plus. I don't know if they say you have to have PlayStation Plus to get GTA Online. Well,
Yeah,
it says PS Plus is
yeah,
required to play, so
yeah.
it's weird
That's
that they
probably it.
say it's weird that they say you get GTA Online for free because that
You think that's the hook? GTA Online is gonna go free to play, and you just buy the story part of it.
I guess that's what they're saying.
It
The way
will.
they worded
They're
it
gonna.
makes it sound like
They're
that. Like a standalone GTA Online.
for free, which is still so that would be its own platform, wouldn't it?
I guess they could just update it from there.
Yeah, I mean that's what people really come to GTA 5 is for the online stuff. I mean that story's good, don't get me wrong, but no one's they're gonna continue the story with an expansion, but that's about it.
And then GTA 5 owners on PS4 get PlayStation Plus. I don't know. Wait.
Yeah, but here's the thing that they didn't tell you. Xbox people and people on PC also get that too.
Yeah, so there's a lot of misleading shit in this conference, which we'll also get to.
Well,
But
that's a conference for you, or
yeah,
whatever this was.
you get 1 million GTA dollars every month until GTA 5 launches on PS5. So, but that's GTA. That's story mode cash. That's not online cash, is it? If that was online
Is it?
cash, that'd be ridiculous. I
Is
don't
it?
know. I mean, it doesn't really say.
I thought it was online cash. I mean, what, I feel like that would be ridiculous to give you $1 million in story mode cash.
But $1 million in GTA Online cash is also like ridiculous.
Right.
So I don't know. Weird stuff. Someone will have to confirm that for us who plays GTA Online. I don't know anyone who does. So
Well, the good news is you don't have to buy it again.
yeah, yeah, and I'm sure they'll have like a character transfers.
Like remember that one where like you can transfer your character from 360 to PS4, and people got and then Microsoft said you can do the same thing on the PS3 to Xbox One. It's like, oh fuck. All
Yeah,
right.
I transferred my character to PC and then never touched it. I think
Yeah,
the
you can do
next
that
thing they
too.
showed was I think the next thing they showed was Spider-Man Miles Morales,
Which
which
is
another thing. So this was another thing people were confused as fuck about because the way they
and they
show it,
and they didn't help. This didn't
the
help.
way yeah, the way they show it, you kind of it makes it seem like it was its own like full fucking Spider-Man again, like holy shit, new Spider-Man, but it's not. It's not a full game. It is a expansion. It's a
Okay.
standalone. It's a standalone expansion to a re-release that's coming out on PS5 for the original Spider-Man.
That whole
Uh,
thing did them no favors.
no, it didn't. Well, again, like they tried to, I don't know, intentionally mislead people with this. Um,
I mean, here's the thing. Yeah, I think they were intentionally trying to mislead people. That wasn't their go-to, but here's the problem. That trailer was so vague. All you had to say was standalone expansion coming to PS5. It literally looked like a new Spider-Man games coming holiday 2020.
Yeah. I mean, I just knew like from the title, I was like, that title doesn't seem like Spider-Man Miles Morales is not a title that you take home to mother. It's like
It
it
really
sounded
isn't.
like it seemed like it was just like a stand-in and they would like make up the title later. Um
This sounds, and I don't want to be mean, but this sounds like a rush job.
well, it doesn't sound like it doesn't really sound like a rush job. It just seems like it's just not as full of a game as you want it to
Right.
be. So like think of it as like Uncharted Lost Legacy or
Which
which is
wasn't bad,
fantastic. It's
or
probably my
Infamous,
favorite Uncharted game. Infamous
or
Last
the
Light.
infamous thing, yeah, Last Light, that kind of stuff. But here's the thing: when you market this thing as the next whatever, and it looked like the next Spider-Man game, and I know that they've been showing off the Spider-Man tech with the PS5, like look how fast we can render New York, and they're like cool, and we know that this is the thing they've been building on, but it
Yeah.
just seems so, if they just said, "Hey, it's a standalone thing," but if they charge 60 for it, is it going to be 60 with Spider-Man the complete edition and this?
I think yeah, I think if they sell they're gonna resell an upgraded enhanced version of Spider-Man for PS5 that will include this. I think is what they'll do. Or you can just get it alone for like 30 or 40 whatever it's gonna be. I think that's what they'll
Yeah.
do.
So
But
Spider-Man complete edition plus Miles Morales the
yeah.
expansion. Okay.
And that's coming out holiday 2020. So end of the year we'll have that.
November
I think they
before
showed
Thanksgiving.
after that they showed Gran Turismo, which so the exciting thing about this was
Oh yeah.
not so much Gran Turismo because Gran Turismo is Gran Turismo, like you know what the fuck it is.
It's
But
cars. Shiny cars.
they showed gameplay. Like
Yeah.
they actually showed dude behind the wheel and actual gameplay. They showed this like UI, which looks bad. This looks like a fucking
No, no,
like
no, 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 no. You don't understand.
I don't.
That is GTUI. People lost their minds when they saw the GTUI.
Really? Oh my god, dude! This looks like
Oh, they
a
love the GTUI.
what was that?
It,
What was that Switch game that you got? The drive, that driving Switch game that you got.
the driving Switch game, I can't even think of it
You
anymore.
got it was a racing game you got in Switch. It was like one of the only ones, and it looked like this. Like it just looked like a fucking like mobile game. Uh,
The only one I can think of is that Horizon or Nitro RP, whatever. I'm
no,
sure that's what I
it
get.
was a while ago. Or maybe you didn't get it, but like I just remember that there was a fucking racing game on Switch. It looked exactly like this. It was just fucking
Asphalt?
God. No,
Asphalt?
no, no, no. It was like a sim. It was like a sim game. But
Oh. Oh. Cars is on there, but I didn't play Cars. But yeah, I kind of remember but that hub is Gran Turismo. Like those people love that hub. Like they
um,
were excited for that hub. I know you hate the hub, but the hub means so much to the GT
I don't
people.
hate it. I don't hate it. It's just like it just looks like it just looks. I don't know. It just looks bad.
It
It
looks
just
bad, but this is what the GT people want.
and then they showed gameplay, which kind of boring. Uh, this was like the first thing I saw where I was like, this looks good, but I'm not
It's
getting.
cars.
I'm like not getting next gen from this. Like it looks
Uh,
good,
dude, if
but
you're not getting next gen from fucking car game, then there's something wrong.
well, exactly. I mean, it's not like car games. Typically, they look good. Like
Yeah, they're the thing that shows you, boom, look at all this shit. Look
there's
how
not
powerful our box is.
there's not much you can do here to make it be like, oh god, this is the next lead. Like unless they completely blew it wide open and just let me like go off road. Like that's what I want to see is just no walls, no limitations. Like I know we're on a
Well,
track, but if I
dude,
drive off the track accidentally, I should be able to like
dude,
run into the
it's
forest.
it's racing. It's all limitations.
That's the thing. I just want the
You
power
want
of the next gen should be no limitations. I don't want
right.
invisible walls. I don't want to hit this tape, the tape that's like blocking off the road that I should be able to drive through, but no, it's just fucking a solid wall of electrical tape. Like it's not.
It's fucking crazy how we still have loading in this generation.
I tried to pause it and like look at the crowds because the crowd is always bad in these games, but
And
you
they're
can't
always
really get a
2D.
yeah, you can't get a good look at them. Um, like see what I'm talking about here, like in these shots, like you got barriers, sure, but there's parts where there's no like barrier. Like if I wanted to drive off to the left here and go into the forest, I should be able to do that.
I mean, you should. You're not.
I should,
You're
or
not going in there. No force for you.
yeah. I mean, who knows if you can do that because they don't really try to even
They're
crash.
they're
But
not. They're not going to let you do that. It's literally race thing, go thing. Look,
yeah,
GT's trying. You know what GT's trying to do? GT's trying to do the whole sim thing where you can't even be a troll and box your other, like bump into things. You have to like race like an actual real racer. You have to, like the other Forza games is if you bump something, your car will go fucking crazy. And
yeah.
before that, like GT, I don't know if
That
you've
was
ever
the
played
thing
GT.
about that was the thing about the previous Gran Turismo game, GT Sport, was that like it had this kudos system where if you got points for driving properly. If you did anything that was improper driving, it would dock you kudos points.
Right.
Like you had to drive like a fucking robot. Like you couldn't have any fun. Um,
No, those are that game. You had to drive like it wants you to drive. You couldn't just you can't intimidate the driver. You ever try to get in front and intimidate the motherfucker so you can
yeah.
swerve to the left? You can't do that.
Then they showed Ratchet and Clank, ripped a fart.
Man, I can't wait for Garfield Normal the game.
Now this game, this is pretty much the only game they showed that
That looks
looked next
amazing.
gen. That looked like it was fucking doing shit. That was like, okay, this is something you can't do on fucking
You,
current shit.
you can't do it on
Um,
current shit. Can't even do it on PC.
which they showed. Here's my only thing about this. So they showed extended piece of
Normal.
gameplay, that it shows you just jumping through these rifts and just ending up in a completely different environment, and it's just fucking, the transition is just seamless. It's just bonk bonk bonk. Here we are, here we are, here we are. New environment, new environment. It just loads right in. Like, that's impressive as fuck. But
Right.
this whole entire segment's on rails. You
Oh,
know,
I see. Yeah. So on rails.
the whole segment's on rails. So I'm wondering if that is like
No.
one limitation that they have here. Is like,
No.
can we do this without being on rails? Because they never show it. They never do
They
it
do.
with, like, do they?
They, I watched a little bit of it. You know that scene after that where they have those time pieces, but you're going through the level though. Like that one, I get what you're saying. It does seem a little manipulating because you're on a whale. Like here's this, here's this, here's the prehistoric, here's this, here's that. But it does show it in actual gameplay. But it's not. You're not going to another like. You're not going to another zone.
Well, when they show it during gameplay, it's just them moving.
Right.
Like, you're talking about when he's using the rift tether here,
Yeah, he's
like,
using the rift tether, but they
but
kind of show
it just pulls the level kind of towards you. Like, it doesn't really. You're not going through different environments. It's the same
right.
level. It's just you're moving through the same
Yeah,
environment.
we
It's
don't know
not
how
really.
fast. We don't know how fast it actually is to go through these. Is there going to be like a small transition? Which a small transition is bigger than no transition. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah. Um. Well, I think there is that small transition of where, like, you're in that purple shit and then the level loads. Um.
Right, but the way they made it seem like it was like an old school game where the level just loads.
Yeah. No, there is a tiny, like, a loading screen, like, in the like right here. You're in that purple and then it loads.
Right.
So, but it's cool. It's cool either way. Like, it's still fast as fuck and impressive. So, like, that was really, this is really the only game that kind of showcased, like, okay, like, the stuff that's going on here. Like, even like the whole destructible environments and just all the debris and shit that's flying around. Like, it's doing a lot of shit. Um,
And
like,
it's all
this one.
and it's all because of the power of the PCIe of
Well,
that fast loading.
it's the SSD, yeah.
Right.
But I love Ratchet and Clank games, so even
One of
without.
the one of the biggest problems if you're playing on consoles is its load times.
My bad, I wasn't showing that in the stream. Yeah, the load times are probably one of my biggest gripes. Like, even like when they mask it, like, oh yeah, now we're in an elevator and this is where we do our loading. We're gonna talk here, but we're loading. Or like, I'm gonna put my finger to my ear and walk real slow because we got some loading to do. Or I'm gonna lift up this heavy thing and then you're gonna climb under it so we can get some loading done.
Right.
Um, like, they mask it in really dumb ways that you see it in every single game. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna lift you up and we're gonna do a team lift here, and it's gonna be happening real slow so we can get some loading done.
I mean,
Um,
it's the question of is loading actually going to be dead or is some people going to be chuckleheads? Like, how fast are we going to get into Madden?
Loading. Here's the thing. Like, sometimes you want to kind of slow it down, not necessarily to like mask a load, but
Also, oh, sorry. You go.
and I was just saying, like, maybe you just want to slow down the pace a little bit, not necessarily to mask a load, but you just want to slow it down a little bit. Like, that you can still
Right.
do. But like, loading, they can do away with it completely, I think. You just have to design your game in such a way that you can do that.
Because loading was slower on PS2 because they had to stream everything from disk.
Yeah.
Duh. Like,
Yeah.
is it because the world now is just so much bigger and the drive can't spin it fast enough? Is that part of it?
It's that, and the memory, limitations that they can't cache all the information they need in memory. So
Oh, is
it
that
pretty
what makes
much,
things fast on
yeah,
PC? Because if you have enough memory, it caches it.
yeah, because RAM is faster than, you know, your RAM is faster than pretty much anything else. So you can take all the assets you need, load it into memory, and it'll load it from your RAM super fast, like even faster than like your graphics card. Like your graphics card has RAM on it too, so
Right.
it'll cache graphics and video memory, and then cache other assets and
Well,
system
isn't the
memory.
fast isn't the fastest PCIe 3.5 gig? Am I wrong on that? But normally they're like 2.5 gig.
Well, Gen 4 is coming out, and that's what these consoles are gonna have. So
Well, these are the first things they're gonna have Gen 4 on.
yeah. And then Square Enix came out and showed Project Athia, which
Looks good.
this was
Cute little
misleading.
girl.
This was misleading. So they in the text they say developed exclusively for PlayStation 5,
But it's not.
but it's not. I don't know why they said that. Like maybe they're like focusing on PS5 first, and then
It's a
uh, it's a console exclusive. It's a timed console exclusive for PS5. It's also coming
okay.
out for PC.
The same day
Um,
or the or
I think the same day. I think. Um,
okay.
but console exclusive PS5 for I guess maybe like a year. And then it's gonna hit Xbox.
Okay.
Um, yeah, yeah,
I
designed
wonder how
exclusively for PlayStation 5.
I wonder how those games are gonna. We're gonna see some interesting load times on. You think load times are gonna change on PC? You think now they're gonna put the SSD thing? Even if you buy an SSD, is not fast enough. You have to go PCIe.
Well, I think you're confused at what PCIe is. Everything is using PCIe already. It's just PCIe Gen 3 or Gen 4
Right.
right now. Everything
Because
goes through PCIe right now. That's
okay.
PCIe has nothing to do with it. It's just they're using a newer, faster version in these consoles.
Right. They're using the small solid state drive. That's way faster. But here's
Well,
the
they're
thing.
using Gen 5 or Gen. What the fuck are we on now? Now I'm confused.
We're on
They're
Gen 3.
using a newer. They're using Gen 4 PCIe, where PCs are on Gen 4 right now or Gen 3. Fuck.
Yeah, they're on Gen 3.
So, but that
Intel
really
and
has nothing to
AMD.
do with it. That really has nothing to do with it. I mean, that has a lot to do with it, but it has nothing to do with it. The big thing is that games are not made to utilize an SSD workload.
Mhm.
That's the
Right.
problem. They're not made to utilize an SSD. So everyone will benefit from this, old even if you're on old PC hardware. If you have an SSD, you will still benefit from the way these games are being made now because they're going to be utilizing the speeds of an SSD.
Because a lot of
So
these games are even on PC. It's still
the only game on PC that requires an SSD is Star Citizen.
right.
That is the only one. And that's not even a game yet. But if you try to load that game on a hard drive, I think the difference in load times is like several minutes. Several minutes.
Very, very.
It's
So
yeah.
you're saying PC load times are probably going to be the same, just. But
No, they're gonna be much better.
you think they're going to put specifics on you have to have this drive to play this game, or are they just going to be the same?
So Intel and Microsoft are working on like I said, using your RAM is faster than using your hard drive. So Intel and Microsoft are working on a way that you can cache data to your system RAM. It's
Okay.
hard to explain. I don't know if they have a name for it yet. Um,
So RAM
but
requirements will
basically,
go up.
RAM requirements will go up. If you don't have an SSD, RAM requirements will go up, and they'll try to
Okay.
utilize your system RAM as just a faster alternative if you don't have an SSD, basically. So you'll still benefit from this, but it's going to be slightly different.
Okay, so games will just have a cache of RAM. So if they go like, okay, so RAM requirements. Okay, all right.
Yeah. Now,
So
look, I'm
instead
not
of,
an expert. I'm not an expert in these subjects, but I know a little bit, and that's pretty much what I know.
I
Like,
have 24 gigs of RAM. Getting more RAM's not a problem.
yeah,
It's just really the question is, where would PC gaming go? Because people, PC gamer, the master race will fuck your face. It still lags along. It's still dragging the console with it.
yeah.
It's that big anchor called the PS4. I mean, PCs could be 4 times stronger, faster, better, but it's not.
It will be once these games are developed with that shit in mind. They'll be PC will benefit from this, regardless of.
PC will, and then that's where the limits come off. Because you can
Yeah,
already buy PCs now with PCIe built, those little cards. Not at literally, they're selling them. They're phasing out hard drives. If you buy a new, if you buy a new PC, chances are you're going to get a PCIe and maybe a 1 terabyte hard drive.
you keep saying PCIe, but just so we're
Oh, the
clear,
small
that's the
thing,
wrong
the
terminology.
SSD.
They showed this cat game. Looks really interesting. No real info here. So this is where like the gameplay. This is where the gameplay stops. Like all like they all assumptions that you had. Like they showed Gran Turismo gameplay, then they showed Ratchet and Clank gameplay, and that was it. They just stops after that. No more gameplay after that. So I don't know. I was kind of hoping that they would like go the opposite of what Microsoft did, and it would just be like, yeah, we got gameplay, motherfuckers, gameplay, gameplay, gameplay. But nope, just those two, and then now there's fucking trailers. So they showed this cat game. Looks really cool, really interesting. Have no idea what the game is. Um, let's see what else did they show.
Mm-hmm.
They showed some stuff about the controller and the hardware.
It showed the controller, which it's going to use that Nintendo stuff with the haptic feedback.
Um, well, it's not really new. Like the Steam controller uses it too.
Okay, the Steam controller, which no one you had, and
And I mean the Xbox One controller launched with fucking haptics in the triggers, so I don't know if people
yeah,
remember
but that
that,
wasn't
but
that wasn't that good though. But this is probably better.
it's probably better, but I don't know, it didn't really add anything to the gameplay to me.
The only thing it really, unless you're playing like a driving game, that haptic shit was just annoying. And also, a lot of those
Yeah.
games kind of dropped it.
They showed Housemark showed a new game. Um a lot of like time like rewind games. This one's like when you die you get sent back in time and have to like relive your shit. Almost like that Tom Cruise movie.
Or Groundhog Day.
Groundhog Day. Yeah, a lot of Groundhog Day games coming out. This one had a really
Uh,
dumb name. Was it
or Happy Death
Returnal?
Day to You.
Returnal is this game.
Have you ever watched Happy Death Day?
No,
It's a horror.
I'm not really big into movies. You know what I just watched was
Happy
Parasite.
Death.
Have you seen that?
No.
Parasite was like last year's best picture, I think. It's Korean.
Oh yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah.
dude, really
It's been
fucking good. Really
yeah.
fucking good movie. I
Rich
suggest if you
Korean
haven't
family
uh yeah, if you
or
haven't
middle
seen it,
class.
if you haven't seen it, watch it. Don't look anything up about it. If you don't know anything about it, just watch it. Fucking really fucking good. Um, then yeah, Sumo came out, new Little Big Planet game. Sackboy's Big Adventure.
Yeah, that looks pretty okay.
It looks all right.
Uh, I'm a little worried about it because Sumo's been sucking.
How have they been sucking?
They made Crackdown 3.
It's, I mean, so
That game was terrible.
they make good games too, though.
Yeah, they make good games, but they've
I
been
don't know if Crackdown 3 was their fault. They might have just gotten like
the raw
they,
deal.
yeah, yeah.
Also, Sumo made Little Big Planet, the last one too, and
Little
that
Big
one
Planet
had
4 was fine. Little Big Planet 3 was fine. I mean,
problems. If they
it had
worked out the problem,
problems. They got there eventually. I really like Little Big Planet 3. So
yeah. Well, when save gets kind of corrupted by going through a door, but I'm not saying that this is going to be. It's going to be go through door, save corrupt or anything, but I'm just saying like their track record these days.
they're not terrible. That game will be fine. But again, so like I don't like this isn't a game that looks when you say PS5, the future of fucking gaming. I'm looking
No,
at
that
this
just
and
looks
I'm
like
like,
that looks like an up-res PS4 game
yeah,
that could run our Pro.
like so it's misleading to me. Most of the games they show here just look like PS4 games. I mean, fucking The Last of Us Part 2 comes out on Friday, right? That is
Mhm.
a PS3 game.
With
And
retard mode. Oh, sorry.
and the reviews are out and they're like, dude, this is the best fucking looking game I've ever seen in my life, and dude, it's incredible how this game fucking looks. It's impossible. And I'm like, okay, like, but there's a PS5 coming out, and we're still getting
Also,
games on PS4 that people are amazed to
also
see coming out.
people
Like,
people were shocked out how good Uncharted looked on the PS4 stocked one.
yeah, like I feel like most of the games are like when you say PS5, I'm like, do we really need a PS5 right now? Because these games are still looking pretty damn good. I mean, like
Game
a frame rate would be nice, but
games still look very good. I feel like yes, in areas, some places we need it, like load times, yes. Better
yeah,
visual, yes. But
frame rates.
I don't own a Pro or an Xbox One X, so I don't know how better these games look on those. I never, so I can't say.
They showed this game. It looks like a what's it called? Destruction All Stars.
I
It's like a
like this
destruction
game.
derby game. This looks
I
cool, but again, I need to see like actual gameplay. Like I don't really
Yeah,
get. I get somewhat
I
of an idea of what this is, but it looks too
I,
crazy to be
I
like I
know.
don't know.
I, I feel like the dress. I hope that I can wear those shorts and wear different skirts and shit. I mean, it looks very stylized, but who knows? But also, Destruction's coming back. The Destruction franchise being not on a console for years. That's crazy.
Is this part of the destruction franchise?
You ever played Destruction Derby on the PS1?
Yeah. I mean, it's not
Yeah,
this.
I mean, it is called Destruction.
I mean, you can put destruction in a title and it not be part of a franchise.
I mean, it's from PlayStation Studios and it says Destruction on it, so I'm gonna assume it's in the Destruction franchise. Destruction All Stars. It's not Destruction Derby, but definitely,
Oh, so these guys from Ember Lab came out and showed their game Kena,
cute.
which I didn't know it from. I knew their name sounded familiar. They make really good fucking. They've been making like Zelda animations, like Majora's Mask animations on their YouTube channel. Like last year, for like the past couple of years, they've been putting out these fucking incredible animations. Um, Let me see if I can find it actually. Yeah, Terrible Fate. I didn't realize it until I went back to look at it, and yeah, they put out these like incredible fucking Zelda animations. So they're really into Zelda, which I'm
All
I'm
right.
a fan of. uh, and That's got me even more excited for their game. But yeah, just look at
Yep.
this, man. Like, so they're animators. I guess this is their first game.
So animate well.
Yeah, but you can look at their trailer and be like, yeah, this animates, dude. But I'll put a link for this in the chat so you guys can check this out. Because
Yeah, you should definitely check it out.
but going back to their going back to their game, Kena, I'm not sure how you say it. But yeah, so this is probably like one of the games that I was like excited for. Just because it looks fucking awesome, dude.
There's a lot of cool little games like that. I still want to know more about it, but we're not going to know more about it until later.
Yeah, it looks like their version of like Breath of the Wild, maybe. Just open world Zelda
And
style.
with a girl, and the girl looks alright. She didn't look intimidating.
I mean, it doesn't matter if she's a girl, but
No, it doesn't matter, but it's how they present her, animate her, and how she looks. She looks fine. Because normally they go for like the pink hair bullshit. Like it's
yeah.
for them, and it's like they're not buying your game.
So yeah,
There's
definitely
one.
excited to see what comes out of
Speaking
this.
speaking of someone pandering to that audience and getting fucked, it's probably coming up later.
Um, Volcano High. I was disappointed that Method Man is not in this game.
I
Uh,
kind of want to buy this game just to see what kind of bullshit it is, but I don't want to
yeah.
buy
See,
it
here's the
to.
thing about this is that you don't. They show this zero fucking gameplay. You have no idea what the fucking game is here. Like, is this a game? I mean, I'm sure it's a game because they're showing it here. But like, what the fuck? What the fuck do you do in this? Like,
I'm gonna guess it is a visual novel. Life is Strange, but also not just because we're not crazy. This person that wrote the story did like Harry Potter child porn thing for Kotaku or some shit.
nice.
So
So it's gonna be good then.
yeah. Oh yeah. That's just how I see it. It's like what the fuck.
So yeah, goodbye Volcano High.
I fuck you know what? I'm not one of those people that go like, you know how you got those people that say they should make their own game. They made their own game. Good. Like, you know, good. I'm glad they made their own fucking game. But we have the right to crucify your game if it's bad.
Sure, but you know,
That's
at
all
least
I'm saying. Is you can make your own fucking game, but if we hate your game, don't go crying to us saying like you hate our game.
I'm not sure who you're talking about. But Lauren Lanning showed off some Oddworld. It's always weird for me seeing Lauren Lanning. He came out on he was on the Kind of Funny podcast like a couple years ago. And he was like, "Yeah, man, I'm pretty sure Reggie killed Iwata." And then I'm like, "Did he really just say that?"
Can we elaborate a little bit? What would Reiji gain for killing Awada?
I don't know, nothing
What would
really, but
you gain? What would you gain if you murdered your senpai?
he said that, and I was like, no one at the Kind of Funny table reacted. They just looked and shook their head like, "Oh yeah, yeah," and I was like, what? Why
No,
would you?
call him
Why?
out on it.
Yeah, like I wanted someone to be like, "Wait a minute, what did you say?"
I mean, wouldn't the forensics say there was a big, large man that killed this man, or whatever? Or wouldn't they be evidence that he killed him?
So let's. I'm gonna hold on. I'm gonna put the link for that. I don't remember the exact timestamp. I don't remember the exact timestamp. So this was 5 years ago. Um,
Awada's been dead for 5 years.
Yeah, it was a while ago. I'm gonna put that link in chat, and then you guys can. It's a 2 hour long podcast, but somewhere inside there, he talks about. They ask him about Nintendo, and
Also, Oddworld doesn't look that great, but also it's just such a little glimpse, so who knows?
oh damn, was it this one? Damn. Okay, well you know what? Watch them both. He has another one from 3 years ago. I don't remember when. I don't remember when Iwata died. But it's in one of those things where they ask him about like, why don't you like the Nintendo, and then he goes off. um,
Was that like a setup, you think?
a setup for what? Like,
Why you don't like Nintendo? And he just went off into his own little world.
he has this whole thing about Nintendo. Like, I guess Nintendo did him dirty back when he was like trying to like market Outworld back in the day, and he's just real bitter and salty about that. So
I mean,
these guys came out and they showed off Ghostwire Tokyo.
which no one expected it to be a fucking first-person shooter.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm just saying,
Um,
no one expected it to be a fucking FPS.
it looks fucking weird as fuck. Like it looks cool, Japanese as fuck.
Japanese as fuck, and I'm sure it's gonna be great. It's just one of those things. Is like when they announced it last year at E3, and Q Senpai came out, and everyone swooned over it, which is fine. And then she disappeared. I, I did not know that this game was going to be a first-person shooter.
This game doesn't really lend itself well to the or I guess this trailer didn't lend itself well to the streaming limitations because it gets there's a lot of shit happening on screen and it gets super pixelated and you just can't you can't really tell what the fuck is going on. I mean, not that you would be able to anyway because it's all just nonsense, but um yeah, it looks weird. I'm 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 interested.
Did I tell you I hate spiders?
It is spider season. The spiders are coming out now, so careful.
Also, yeah, yeah, I hate spiders. You ever did you like Honey's I Shrunk the Kids?
Yeah, it's a pretty good movie. Not my big.
Well,
I'm a huge fan, but
then Grounded is on the Xbox Insider thing, so we'll play that later. Is it?
then new Super Brothers game,
Yeah, Super
which is a
Brothers.
name I thought you would never see again. Uh,
What was the name?
um, Super Brothers. Well, it's
Oh,
just like they they put out that Sword and Sorcery EP, which was like I don't even know how long ago that was, like five
that was
six
good.
years ago. It was incredible. Now they're putting this out, which again, no real gameplay. Not totally sure what the fuck this game is, but I'm interested. Looks to be something space related.
Spurs.
So we'll know more about that. I think they said next year.
Oh, Jet. Yeah, that looks crazy.
Yeah, Jet.
Yeah, Jet looks absolutely crazy. You didn't get to the game where people got mad yet.
They showed off Godfall. We already know about this. Um, Gearbox. Looks okay. Not.
Yeah, not. It's just okay.
Yeah. Skip through this. Skip it.
I'm sorry. It's
Skip.
just that every time they show Godfall, I'm like, just release it and shut up about it.
Then they
Like,
showed this from Heart. I forgot what the studio's called. The guys that made Hyper Light Drifter. Excited for this one because that Hyper Light Drifter was incredible, and this looks also incredible. Like at this point, we're not even like in PS5 territory anymore. Like I don't think.
They went into
um,
like they went to bullshit whatever land.
yeah, what's it called? Solar Ash is what it's called. Looks fucking incredible, man.
There's a lot of indie games that look very good.
I'm more excited for the indie games than I am for the big names. Um, IO showed Hitman 3, which I'm surprised they're putting out another one of these so soon. It seems like
I
Hitman 2 just kind of came and went, but
It seems like they're on that yearly thing.
yeah.
Also, it's just cut
Um,
copy paste. Does it seem like
they're actually, I think IO Interactive is indie now. They kind of broke off from Square Enix.
they're indie? They're indie now. They do their little indie stuff, but like they took like Square's so dumb. They uh they took the actual they took the IP with them.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Like Square's, they're good guys for that, letting them keep
No, no,
their
no.
IP.
It's
So
commendable. It's just that's what they did.
Hitman, no real gameplay there. Then they showed like what looks to be part of the PS5 UI, and I'm like,
They
why
did.
like are you teasing people with this? Like, it amounted to nothing really. It was just like an interstitial, but I don't know why they even bothered to show that. Then they showed this Astrobot game. Looks good. Looks like their like version of Super Mario Odyssey. Apparently, this will be free for all PS5. This will come with PS5. So
Yeah, yeah. I like Astrobot, and people will like this free game. Trust me, you'll like it.
I'm skipping through everything now. Little Devil Inside is this
Yeah,
game. Now this game looks really cool.
got canceled.
They didn't get canceled. People fucking came out and was like, "Hey, the some of those characters look a little racist to me," and then fucking they were like, "Oh, we're sorry. We're gonna change them." I'm like, you guys like ruin fucking everything. Like really, everything's racist. These ones right here.
Yeah,
Like they came out and were like,
we're sorry. We'll make them purple now.
like there's no whatever. Like
I bet it wasn't even the person. I bet that person wasn't even the color of the actual Ooga Booga.
I don't even know what you're trying to say there, but
I'm just saying. Normally, people that get offended are the people who don't even have that
well,
culture hair.
no, the guy that came out it was like a black streamer that was like, well, I
Oh,
was gonna buy this game and it was a black guy, but that
well,
doesn't make it fucking any. That doesn't make it any better. Like,
well. What do you think?
what do I think? I think fucking he should shut the fuck up and
All right, that's what I think. Shut up
like
and
not
enjoy
everything
it.
is not everything is fucking racist just because like it's like if you look at like one big one that they try to like is like Mr. Popo from Dragon Ball Z, and I'm
Yes.
like, sure, he looks weird and like, he's black as fuck, but like he doesn't come off to me as this is a black character, let's give him big lips and shit like that. In the world of Dragon Ball Z, where there's a shitload of alien races and there's green motherfuckers and cat people and dog people, it's not weird to me that there's just a random black ass motherfucker that just looks like this. Like he's not a black guy. He's just whatever thing he is, like some alien race that looks like that. Like,
He's just some dude.
yeah, he never came off to me as like, this is a black guy and this is what black people look like. It's just no, he's an alien thing and that's what he looks like. But anyway, they came out and showed NBA 2K21. Sweat,
Lots and lots of sweat.
sweat, I guess, is what the PS5 is all about. So he gets real
Well,
sweaty.
sweat was the thing back in the whatever it was too.
Yeah, it's just weird that like look how sweaty he gets, man. You can only get this
Also,
level of sweat on PS5.
No, you can get that level of sweat on the PS3 too.
So
Also, not to be mean or anything, but why was he in a building that was all dark and shadows and shit? Why are you sweating that much in a place that seemed not open?
why are you sweating so much? Just practicing
Yeah, why are you like
by yourself.
by yourself and you're this sweaty?
I would love to see what the gambling mechanics look like in that game.
And you're this sweaty.
Showed off Bug Snacks, which we're spending a lot
Yeah,
of time on this, so
yeah,
I
I
want to
know
like
we are.
cut through a lot of this.
Just tell
Bug
us
Snacks, which is
that
from the guys that made Octodad. This game looks like a fever dream.
the, are these guys British, Australian? What is Octo? Where are they
I think
operating?
I think they're American.
Oh, that explains it. If they're American, because this game, I mean, they got some stuff on the good stuff, and I want some.
um, yeah, it's like animals eating shit, and like they turn into the things that they eat.
I want some.
It's real weird. It reminds me of Viva Pinata. Kinda, not really. It has its
Also,
own
the song
theme
is
song.
and it's great. Greatest theme
um,
song.
yeah, I need to see more of this game. Um,
Uh, let's just talk about three more games.
yeah,
I mean, we gotta talk about Demon Souls remaster,
Demon Souls remastered is happening, so
the village,
you know,
the
trailer
village,
looks
where
good.
everyone was analyzing the fuck out of this village trailer when it came out on the other Discord that I was in. Like people are excited.
Arcane showed Deathloop, another rewind game, time based game. Seems like time
God,
games are gonna be, yeah.
now that loading times are gone, you can now reverse time unless they really like Tracer.
I
They
mean,
go like,
this shit
man,
was happening before Tracer, but
I know, but now they're doing that reverse Tracer thing, and it's like, man, they must really love Tracer.
yeah. So Deathloop looks cool. It's a lot of mechanics that you've seen in the Dishonored games, but they're putting it all together here in like this multiplayer competitive thing. I'm not totally sure how it works, but I like the style that it has here. But we'll see more of that, I guess. Move on, move on, move on.
Yeah, the village, Demon Souls is coming, and let's just talk about the actual looking of the box. Like, I don't want
Resident
to skip the
Evil.
village.
Yeah, Resident Evil. Uh, which had terrible frame rate in the thing. I'm not sure if that was part because of
You
the
know what?
game
We're
or
gonna we're gonna we're going to forgive that because it's not out yet and it's not coming out for a while.
yeah,
They probably had to throw something together really quick for this thing.
yeah. Resident Evil. Capcom coming through with some hotness here. It looks like a new IP. Everyone thought this was a Kojima game.
Everyone.
I thought it was
It
a
looked
Kojima
like one.
game.
It looked like
uh,
one.
yeah,
It literally looked like the what is it, Death Stranding 2. Like, what the fuck?
not Death Stranding. I didn't think it was Death Stranding, but when I saw the space dude, it looked like the Ludens from Kojima Studios. But
But that it's one of those games that people are like, I'm really excited for this. I don't know what this is.
yeah, no one knows what this is. New IP from Capcom,
Like,
Pragmata.
I would be a little careful to go like, I don't know what this is. So everyone calm down.
Yeah. So I'm excited, man. New IPs from Capcom don't happen very often. They usually put numbers on their shit. So
Well, Capcom made a lot of money with those remakes and remasters, so why not go stupid?
Horizon Zero Dawn 2 looks fucking incredible.
Also, can we talk about how beautiful the actual colors and the stuff of that game?
Yeah, it just fucking it looks
Like,
great.
like,
Like
like
this is some
those
PS5 shit.
like those colors are you don't see those colors.
Yeah, very stark contrast from the PS3 era where everything was just brown and gray.
Gray and like this, back in the day, people were like, oh, games are. It's nice to see color in games again.
But skip it, skip it. Looks great.
No, you're right. It looks good. All right. Isn't there one more big high profile game we need to talk about? Can't think of.
Uh, no, and they show the console.
They showed the console. It's uh, you
All
know,
this build
I
up.
you know what that build up was. I hated that build up.
The build up was terrible. Well, especially since they were like doing it those little fucking small interstitials throughout the entire fucking thing, and then this build up, it was too much.
It was too long. I felt like I get a build up of something, but it was like, oh look, we got a build up, and then it kind of happened. It's like I get it. You're really. It just seemed by the time they revealed it, the room was just kind of dead.
Yeah.
No,
But they show the thing. It looks striking. You know, very unique
it,
design.
it's definitely a looker. When your girlfriend comes over and you're taking off her bra, she'll definitely notice it. I'm just saying,
Um,
she'll notice it's something that you will definitely notice.
so they have two versions of the console. There's the base console with the disc drive, and then they have a digital edition with
So
no disc drive.
So here's the thing: people are speculating both ways. You think the digital console is going to be more expensive or inexpensive? Or do you think the disc drive one's going to be more expensive, inexpensive?
Um, the disc drive version is going to be $499, and the digital version is going to be $450.
Is that okay? I okay. That sounds about right.
That's my speculation.
Or or just hear me out. They could do
Yeah.
both 500 disc drive and digital. You get the disc drive, the discless one, an extra terabyte, and the disc one a terabyte.
Maybe they could do that. I don't think they will though.
I don't think they will. I'm just saying this is all speculation. This is all pie in the sky. I don't.
You should get more storage. You should get more storage. If you're going all digital, you're going to want
That's
more
what I'm saying.
storage,
I feel like
obviously.
there should be more storage. I think there should be more storage. Also, it's not like you can go and upgrade the drives like you did on PS4. It
Yeah, well
is.
no, they did say they're going to have you can swap out the drives. They're going to authenticate drives that are
Yeah,
compatible.
yeah.
Like
PS4
Mark
compatible.
Mark Cerny did say that.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Back in when that thing was, they had to. But also, didn't they say something? But those are external drives, or did they go? One of
No,
these
he
had a.
said he he said you can swap the drive out. He
One of
did
these.
say
He did say that.
so.
You can hook up your old drives, but that's for old games. Isn't there a slot like an actual not a slot, but isn't there a there is a thing in back of it's on my PC and it's on that you can hook up like faster storage to it.
So the word on the street about this console is that it is going to be the biggest console ever.
Yeah, that's what we're hearing.
Is the largest console ever made. So even bigger than the original fucking Xbox. Bigger than the PS3.
Well, the Xbox wasn't that huge.
It was though. I mean, compared to everything else that came out back then, especially the
Okay,
PS2,
yeah,
it
yeah.
was fucking
The
gigantic.
GameCube And the
Yeah,
GameCube. I guess you're right. That
like
thing that's. I was trying to think like how. I mean, you wasn't gonna move this to house, but I'm like, how big are we? Like that thing don't look like it wants to be moved at all.
yeah, you're not gonna want to move this.
Like this thing doesn't want to be fucking moved. Also, the other thing is, if you want to sit this flat, you're going to be able to sit this flat.
Yeah,
Not completely flat, but it'll be flush to the thing.
but it's still gigantic. So I mean, you still gotta have like you gotta make room for it.
Here's
Either
the
way,
here's my problem. I have an entertainment desk, so I have my computer on top of it because I have it on top, which is fine. I have plenty of room up top, on top where this is. If I buy the digital one, all I have to do is set it and forget it. Like literally, that's all I have to do is just move a few things, set it behind it, and you're like, okay, fine. But I was gonna move the PS4 away, put it in probably the other room, and put it next to the computer. But if this thing is more gigantic than that, then they're gonna just be a centipede behind it.
yeah.
Because switching the PS4 on top of the thing, and the Xbox lives where it
I
lives.
mean, just get rid of the PS4, and then you won't have to deal with that.
No, it's going. It's going. I'm just saying, like, oh, do I have to put these all on top of the entertainment center? Which is not really a big problem to have, but it's just, or do I put the PS4, the PS5 under that gap and it lives there?
Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of divisiveness going around with the design of this PS5. Um,
I mean, don't get me
but
wrong. I'm sure they designed this for the living room, and they're not stupid enough. They know.
yeah, I mean, you hope they know. I mean, I'm not a fan of the all white design. I prefer, like
Also,
Batman doesn't come in black.
Ultra 4K on this too. The
I mean,
PS4
yeah.
Pro did not have that.
You mean for Blu-ray for movies?
Yes, Ultra 4K if you buy a Blu-ray drive. Not saying that's the reason to buy a Blu-ray drive. I don't even own Blu-rays.
Yeah. So yeah, that's the PS5 event. Not
I
I was
feel
a little
like
disappointed by it just because I
I
don't know.
I want to know how good that Xbox digital only edition has done for Microsoft.
I'm sure there's a lot of people that enjoy it. Like,
I mean, I would totally buy one and have that for Game Pass only because that one seems like the Game Pass console. Besides disc, I feel like Blu-rays and installing games are the only thing that you need a disc for.
I mean, yeah, you really don't need discs anymore.
Okay,
So,
here's a theory. You think there's another way to get games if you buy the digital version? Like I get it, you can go to GameStop and buy a fucking code, duh, or GameStop. But you think they're gonna put some on like digital cards or something, like a SD card or like a USB
no,
thing? They should, but they're not.
I mean, there's no reason to do that. Why, like, well, the thing is, what do you do with that thing after you've used it? Like,
Yeah, well, the code's on the thing.
but what would be the point of that? Why don't you just go?
Well, the code's on the disc. I mean, the authenticator's on the disc. Just be a different way how to get the thing there. Because remember, Sony was fucking around with a whole thing for the PS5. They said it was going to use cartridges. I wonder. That's not happening, but I wonder.
Yeah, and then I think it was like yesterday or 2 days ago, Microsoft came out and was like, "Hey, here's our plans for that smart delivery thing that we've been
Er,
telling about." Which they've already like kind of talked about this a lot,
they
but
kind of do this now.
well, here's the thing that they do now is you're talking. a lot of people are confused about what this is exactly. So what do you mean by they do this now?
Well, not completely like that, but if you the whole point was if you have an Xbox One X, or PC, or an Xbox Series X, it downloads the right version of that to the console you have, right?
Right, as if you buy a game right now, if you buy a game today for your current Xbox One,
Right.
you will get all future versions as well.
That's
You don't need to buy the Series X version. Like
right.
you will get for free the Series X version when you buy the current version.
Right. You'll get and and if you have an old Xbox, basically if you see the thing with smart delivery, that means it's Xbox, PC, and Series X. Not what it That's what it should mean, because that's what they always said.
They didn't
I'm
say
sure that's not
PC.
it should be, but they did say Xbox to Series X, Xbox One, One X to Series X.
Yeah.
It'll pick the right version for that, but it should be for PC, but whatever.
Yeah. Yeah, they didn't say PC. They said Xbox One and Xbox Series X. You buy the game once, you get both versions. That's all it is.
Right. I mean, if you have Game Pass or anything, your saves go over, but you have to know that.
Um well, even like Game Pass versions too. Like um that's basically what they're saying here. Is like and they kind of listed out some of the games that are going to be supported with that.
It's kind of like the
Um
evolved Xbox Play Anywhere.
yeah, well, Play Anywhere was PC. Play Anywhere
Right.
was Xbox One and PC. I don't really like the names that they attach to this stuff because that makes it even more confusing. Like, oh, this supports Play Anywhere, this supports Smart Delivery, this supports this. But Play Anywhere was Xbox One and PC, which I don't even know if they do that anymore. Like, that kind of just came and went. They don't really use that terminology anymore.
Not since Game Pass
Um,
for PC came out.
yeah, like now it's just Game Pass. Um, but like the thing, so if you remember when the PS3 if you remember when the PS4 and Xbox One came out, and EA and Ubisoft and Activision were like, "Hey, if you pop your PS3 version of this disc in into your PS4, you didn't get it for free. You got a discount on the
That's a steep
PS4
discount.
version. You got a steep discount of the upgraded version of that game. So if you popped in like Call of Duty Ghosts for $10, you get the PS5 version or the PS4 version. Like even that you still didn't get the games for free, and I think it was only for like a limited time. They only did that for like a couple months, and
They
then
only
if
did
you
that up
fucking
to Christmas, up to like January or something.
yeah, and if you missed your window, you were fucked. With this, you're guaranteed that if you own Gears 5 already, you own right now that Xbox Series X version whenever the fuck you buy it.
This is the
So
first
that I
time.
like.
This is the first time that games like that are coming over. Before, old games just were just on the old system unless it was backwards compatible with that.
Yeah.
They never
Now
forward compatible the thing.
here's the only question I have with this is what how does DLC work?
The same way.
Um but are you sure about that? Because like so they've got Destiny 2 in this list. And as we all know, Destiny 2 has several expansions. So like if I buy those expansions on my current Xbox One,
I'm
do
pretty
those
sure they'll carry over.
expansions I asked them in a tweet. I sent a tweet to them yesterday, but they didn't respond. Um
I'm sure all of it has to carry over. They haven't. That would be silly.
because that's not how it works with PS3 or on Destiny 1 on PS3.
Right. Well,
You
maybe
buy
we
those expansions and
well, this is the first time for consumer stuff, because before they were just those consumer stuff is just it is what it is.
so they said all of their first party games are going to support this. The question is like how many third parties are going to support it. Which like there's a good amount, there's a decent amount of third parties. They got Cyberpunk 2077, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Destiny 2, Dirt 5, Scarlet Nexus.
I feel
Uh,
like I feel like there's gonna be enough games to support it. I feel like all your DLC and all that stuff. It'll be crazy if you bought DLC for something, you have to buy it again.
yeah, that was my only question. But you know how greedy motherfuckers are, man. They
Yeah,
would love to nickel and dime you.
but also
Like,
I feel like for them it's better to give into the consumer part of it. But I get what you're saying, but oh look, you bought your game and all your like for Destiny, people have been grinding on that on whatever console, and you bought that on Xbox and it doesn't carry over. That would really suck.
yeah. So we'll see. We'll hope. I hope that a lot of devs or publishers get on board with this, and because that's what that would be very, very forward thinking.
It's
Um,
nice to see Microsoft solving the issue, buying multiple copies of something,
yeah.
because that's been an issue for a while. Like, some people had to buy multiple copies of Call of Duty uh because they're on different platforms on 360 and PS4 or whatever. Hey, I gotta buy this
Speaking of
copy.
different platforms, Hello Games added cross-platform multiplayer to No Man's Sky,
And it's on Game Pass.
and it's on Game Pass right now. So if if you're interested in getting into that game, when you do
It
it now,
it
you
runs
will
like
be
absolute ass on Xbox.
well. I mean, it runs like ass on pretty much everything that's not PC.
Right, but I'm just saying on Xbox it runs like 25 frames a second.
You can't complain anymore.
What?
Well, you're just playing everything on console and being like, this runs like shit. Well, it should run like shit. You're playing it on a
I mean,
fucking console, on a launch
that
console.
game that game runs like
They
absolute
don't care.
garbage.
They don't care about you anymore.
They really don't. You know what does run good and looks good? It's a game on Game Pass. The Kingdom Hearts collection, 1 and 2 looks fine. Plays
Great. I
good
mean,
too.
those should because they're PS2 games.
Up-res, but
Um.
yeah, just say
So yeah. No Man's Sky is now available in the Windows Store and is on Game Pass. Um. Cross-platform multiplayer, so you can play with PS4, you can play with Xbox, you can play with PC.
I don't want to play with
Everyone's
PS4.
here. They added a new friend system to take advantage of the new players you're going to be meeting. Um,
Oh boy.
they revamped all the chat options. They added a bunch of quality of life features, bug fixes, VR improvements, a lot of bug fixes. So I'm glad they're continuing to improve this game, making it the game that people wanted it to be from the beginning.
I'm definitely gonna check that out. I have it installed on the PC. I want to play it on an actual platform that actually works on.
Yeah. And EA released a bunch of more of its games on the Steam,
Good.
uh, and they all are at deep discounts now. So Battlefield 1, Battlefield 3, Battlefield 4, Battlefield 5, Battlefield Hardline.
Uh-oh.
Every Battlefield game is on there now.
Uh-oh.
Uh, Mass Effect 3, Mass Effect Andromeda. Every Mass Effect game is on there now. And Star Wars Battlefront and Star Wars Battlefront 2 are now on there. So they are full in on Steam now.
And those are the games that people want.
Yeah. Well, I'm not sure about Mass Effect Andromeda, but or
Someone
Battlefield
wanted.
Hardline, but
They're just starting to release games back on Steam again.
Well, it's been like a decade since they were like, "Hey, we're not doing Steam anymore," except for like certain games.
Like,
um,
yeah, Tank, and that's it.
yeah.
Tank 2, and that was it.
So yeah, this is a smart move for them. So
Microsoft is, they're playing nice with Steam. It's nice to see all these guys.
especially like it seems like everyone is like going back to like Bethesda is went back to Steam. Ubisoft was like Ubisoft was never out, but they definitely were like, well, we don't know if we're in or out, so they're just doing both. Um, yeah, it seems like everyone that left Steam is now back on Steam. So, so it's like, yeah, this was a mistake. We shouldn't have done that. Even
You know,
Microsoft is on there now. So
yeah, Microsoft did their store, and well, it's still there. Like Ubisoft's Uplay's still there. Origin's still there, and it's just one of those things. It's like I don't want to say the PC cannot handle all these stores, but it's nice to have that. If you're a Steam user, this is better for you because for a while that Epic Game Store was doom and gloom.
yeah, well, it still is.
Yes, I mean it's not as bad as it was. I was glad to have games back on Steam.
EA also announced Star Wars Squadrons.
And that game's a horror.
If you remember the old Rogue Squadron games, this seems like a return to those types of style of games. Uh, Cockpit, dogfighting, simulation, shooters. Uh,
There's a lot to
yeah.
like about this.
Those are some of my favorite Star Wars games, so I'm glad that they are getting back into it.
They are good,
Um,
and I can see more of it. Don't get me wrong.
so these are they're gonna have cross platform play between the consoles and PC.
Yes,
They're gonna have full VR support for
great
PSVR and PC VR. No microtransactions
for now.
for now. I mean, they said no microtransactions, so we'll take them
Yeah.
at their word for that. Um, yeah, that's kind of all we know. It's being developed by
Does no
Motive.
micro does no microtransactions mean battle pass? Is that what that means now?
Probably. I
Because
mean,
people are
battle
like,
passes aren't bad.
I know, but I just feel like anytime they're like, celebrate no microtransactions, I'm like, yeah, celebrate battle pass.
Battle Pass is a better alternative because it gives you something to work. I mean, but they always have like a golden tier that's like, you get your basic tier and then you pay into the gold tier,
I
which I think
mean,
is worse than.
Call of Duty come out and people like, we're not gonna have microtransactions. They added it, and then they're like, we're not gonna have this. They added that later.
Yeah, well, that's Activision. They're scumbags. It seems like EA has been on a path lately that's been very positive, and I'll
I mean,
commend them for that.
I feel like they have no choice after you get raked over the coals by governments to tell you that you're a bunch of sleazeballs.
Sure.
I mean, when
Sometimes you got to be sometimes you got to be motivated to do it, but they're doing it, so
and I feel like if they did anything sleazy, they would be raked over the coals again, which they should. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying, like, yes, it's commemorable that they're not being the sleazeballs they can be. Thank God.
um
Be worse.
yeah, so there's going to be more info on this Star Wars Squadrons on the 18th is when EA Play is. So they're going to show that and a bunch more other shit. Um so yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited to see more of that. Um Game releases.
Yes. Those great
Um
game were
there
all
are
there's
there's
one. There's
games coming out.
How come there's DLC coming out too?
There's DLC coming out.
I don't care about DLC though.
So today, Tuesday, June 16, Desperados 3 comes out on PC, PS4, Xbox One. It is a real-time tactics stealth game, published by THQ Nordic. It's yeah, that is all I know about it. These guys developed Shadow Tactics. I don't know if you guys remember that shit.
I don't, but it was a good game. A lot of shadow tactics in that. All right.
And Disintegration comes out today on PC, PS4, XB1.
On everything.
It's a first-person shooter published by Private Division. Now, if you don't know who Private Division is, this is that
Oh,
take. We talked about it. We talked about it last week. It's Take-Two's new studio. Uh, yeah. So Take-Two. It's a Take-Two joint. Um, Player assumes control of Romer Shoal, a grav cycle pilot. The grav cycle can hover above the ground, and from this position, Romer can issue commands to his 4-person squad and activate their abilities while providing aerial support. The game is directed by Marcus Letho, the co-creator of the Halo series.
oh wow,
This is the
he hasn't done a game in forever.
yeah,
Wasn't he the one that did the zombie game based on the Halo engine? Or was that someone else?
zombie game based on the Halo engine. I don't know what that
Uh,
is.
uh it was called like Bob something. It was an Xbox game. It
Don't
was
know
a
about
unique
that.
it was a unique game for the Xbox.
Friday, June 19th, Burnout Paradise. This is probably the
Yeah.
most important release. Burnout Paradise on Nintendo Switch.
Legendary. Oh,
Can I just say,
oh.
this is probably my favorite racing game of all time.
And it's getting
Um,
released on everything again.
yes. So it is now on Steam and is now coming to Switch. So if you've not played this game, you are wrong, but you can right that wrong
Also, that
by
game is dirt cheap a bunch of times. You could buy that game for like $6 a bunch of
I
times.
got it for $2. I had it for $2 on Origin, so or maybe it was $3. So
Yeah, like dirt cheap.
yeah. So if you've not played this game, you're wrong. Bones wants to know what I'm buying first, console wise. Neither of them. If I had to
Whatever's
buy one,
cheapest.
it'd be the PS5 because there's no reason for me to get an Xbox because their games are
I,
on PC.
I,
So
I feel like I'm always whatever's the cheapest. Not because I'm a cheapskate, but whatever's cheapest.
yeah. Yeah. There's no reason for me to get an Xbox when I have a PC.
I
So
mean, if the PS5 and the Series X are the same price, I mean, to be honest with you, we can play Halo Infinite on PC. Not a big deal, you
yeah.
know. It's not a big deal, but it's all that stuff. Start saving now. Start saving about $1,000 right now. People are
I
like,
don't
why
know
a
about
thousand?
that.
What do you think? 800?
Well, what do you got to buy? Like a console and a controller
Well, I'm not buying any games. Fuck that.
and a game?
I'm
Well,
not
that's what
buying
I'm
it.
saying. Like, so I'm thinking the PS5 is going to be $4.99 for the top tier version.
Okay.
Um, you get you get a game with that. Like, I mean, we
I
don't really
honestly,
know what the games
I,
are, so
I honestly think you can't go higher than 499 for these. Microsoft set the precedent. I mean, the Xbox One was
The
500.
Xbox is going to be cheaper. I'm telling you right now, the Xbox is going to be cheaper. Like
You
there's no way that they're
you
coming
think
out.
you think they're gonna be reversed? Sony's gonna be higher and Xbox is gonna be cheaper.
even the top tier, the Series X top tier version is going to be cheaper than the PS5 digital version, is what I'm
You,
thinking.
I
And
honestly think
then
there's a digital version of the Series X.
and yeah, and the Series X. Here's the thing about that is it's going to be very much cheaper than every other version. Because what I'm thinking is they're going to strip back the graphics. That's going to be a 1080p console, maybe even a 1440p. Like
Wow.
it's not
Do
going to
you
be a
think they can do
4K
that?
console.
I don't do that.
I think they can do that because so what they're talking about smart delivery is what I'm thinking is it's going to deliver the best version for whatever console you're using. The
Right.
wording on that is just it's too specific, right?
So you thinking that
The,
S console is going to be their digital version pared down?
not necessarily a digital version pared down. It's probably gonna have a disc, but it's gonna have a weaker it's gonna have weaker graphics, is what I'm saying. For
Maybe.
people who are not running in 4K, there's a lot of people who don't give a fuck about 4K, right? There's a lot of
Right.
people who don't give a fuck about ray tracing. There's a lot of people who don't give a fuck about like graphics, right? So
They
you
just
can
care
have
about playing the game.
yeah. So it's still gonna have a beefy CPU. Like that CPU is what matters. The CPU is what matters. The SSD is what matters.
So the CPU stays the same, and they just pair it with a cheaper Radeon or whatever.
A cheaper thing that runs things is just a lower resolution, 1440, maybe even 1080p. Like, and it's gonna be so much cheaper that they're gonna fucking knock it out with that. Like that's
You
gonna
think
be
they're 350?
um yeah, like that's gonna be the console to get.
Now here's the question: which one of these will, when I walk into, I was gonna say a Toys R Us for some reason, because that's when I saw an Xbox One. There's no Toys R Us. You're not walking into, but if you're walking into a Target, which one of these are you gonna see on December 7th? Now, I saw an
um
Xbox. I could have bought it.
Well, I think they'll be. Were you saying like which one launches first? I think they both
No,
launch at the same
which
time.
one? Which one it will be easier to buy? I mean, which
Well,
one
they
will be the one that people will go, oh man, I gotta have it, because the PS4 was that. The Xbox One sold pretty well, but you could get an Xbox One if you needed one.
they're going to market the top ones the most.
Right.
Like, so they're going to make you feel bad for not getting the most expensive thing.
I wish you know what? If even if these things sold out at Christmas, I wish that Amazon or these places would go like, just put me down, just ship it when it's ready. They never do that.
Yeah.
It's always this high demand. It's like, I don't need it at Christmas. Just get it to me when you have it. We still can't get a Switch like that.
Yeah. But no, I'm pretty confident that the Xbox is just going to be the cheaper.
All
They're
right,
going to have
that's
better options for price.
we'll see. I feel like it is a game of hardcore chicken right now.
Cuz
At
I
this point,
Microsoft isn't stupid. Like they've been playing
no,
this game. They've been playing the loser for the longest time, but they know
no,
they know what they're doing. Like
no. They
Sony
had to. This is Sony's
Sony
game to lose.
yeah, and I feel like they're not going to lose it necessarily, but
No, but it's
Microsoft
definitely
Microsoft's playing they're going to play Microsoft's going to play it smarter, whereas Sony's going to play it more traditionally.
right. I
Um
feel like Microsoft is going to try. They're going to try to leverage their Windows 10 brand and their PC parts, and they're going to leverage what is Microsoft on this thing, and not the bad
yeah.
parts of Microsoft, the better parts of it.
They're going to have Microsoft's going to have games that scale based on your hardware. So it's going to be the same game, but they can scale the graphics up and down, like just like a PC. Just like if I'm running, if I'm still running a 1080 Ti, whatever game I have is going to scale to that 1080 Ti. But if I put in a 2080 Ti, it's gonna I can scale fucking way up to 4K. And if I put in a different graphics card, I can scale it down to 1440. Like it's gonna be the same fucking shit. Like they're thinking like PC wise, what can we do? Whereas Sony's thinking, no, this is a console. It's gonna be every
Right.
game is gonna be the same no matter what. But
But
like,
also, I think Microsoft did the smart thing of going like, okay, all the first party games, they're coming on Game Pass. Done. You're like, whoa.
yeah,
Like, Game Pass wouldn't be where it was until they made that decision.
yeah. So it's gonna be interesting to see how it all plays out.
I,
There
I
there's very different approaches here, but I think Microsoft's approach is not saying I'm buying an Xbox because I'm not, but I think their approach is going to be much better than Sony's. If I had
here's
to
my
buy one, I'd buy the Xbox. Is what I'm saying.
here's my thing. I wonder if Sony's gonna
What'd
like
you say?
that
Your
game.
shit cut out.
Uh, Game Pass is the darling of the Xbox. Like that's what got them to the dance these days. I wonder if they're gonna revamp PS Now for PS5 later. Hello, Game Pass.
What do you mean?
I feel like the PS Now thing needs more of a revamp. The whole streaming thing. Like Microsoft's coming out with X. Like that's gonna be part of Game Pass.
The problem with PlayStation Now is they haven't really. PlayStation Now is a solid service, but the pricing is bad because I own a lot of games digitally on PS3, right?
Right.
Even PS4. I shouldn't have to pay for those games again because it's tied to my account. You know what games I own on my account. So when I log into PS Now, you should know that I already fucking bought like Demon Souls digitally. You should be able to authenticate that and be like, "Oh, you already bought that game? Okay, we're just going to deliver it. You can just stream it for free. Since you already own
Right.
it, just fucking stream it." But they're not doing that. I have to pay for that service, or I have to pay for that game for 30 days. Like I have to rent it and then I can play it. Like it's fucking stupid. Like I already bought Nino Kuni. I shouldn't have to buy it again just to use it on this service. You already know it's in my account. So that's the PlayStation bullshit I'm talking about. Like this is stuff that Microsoft already has figured out. Like there's it's that difference in mentality between Sony and Microsoft that ruins it for me. Like ruins the Sony shit for me is just they're not as consumer friendly. Whereas Microsoft, they've thought about this shit.
Well, like I said, Microsoft came a long way of whatever they were
Yeah.
because they were anti-consumer as fuck when the Xbox One came out, and they had to change their tune.
So when you ask me PS5 or Xbox, I'm leaning more towards Microsoft, not because they have like better games or better hardware. It's just because like I like the way they're doing things right now over Sony, who seems like super anti-consumer. They just seem like they just want to nickel and dime me for every fucking little thing, and I have to
Uh,
buy all my games again, and like
Also,
the
it's
messaging.
also it's nice that they tied gold to Game Pass because now you get this library of games and you get to play online for a small fee.
Yeah, I'm not into paying to play online, so I'm not doing that. I
Well,
I got a PC. I'm not. Steam doesn't charge me to play online.
well,
Fucking
if they gave you a deal on some games and here's a fat list of 1,000 bullshit, you might, but that they're not happening because PC has been the land of the free.
Last of Us Part 2 comes out on Friday. I
Uh,
am buying that game.
well, good for you.
Uh, Buying that game, playing it.
Well, good.
I'm excited for this one. This.
I'm not.
Yeah, we already know you're not, because fucking you just want to hate everything that's good. So
Well, what a role reversal. Now I'm the one that hates everything.
what you you already hate the game, and you've not even like
No, I need to play it.
you hate the game for no reason already.
Well, I'm just saying, where can you get a tattoo when the zombie apocalypse breaks out? Or whatever the fuck they are. Hey, look, clickers. Can you do this?
Tattoo.
Yeah, Ellie has a tattoo.
Okay. I mean, you can do your own tattoos. It's not like you got to go to a saloon and do it.
I mean, do you think Ellie's a good enough artist to tattoo herself?
No, but you probably get someone else to like. You get someone else to do it.
Get someone else to tattoo Ellie, who is immune to these things, to tattoo her. Okay.
That game's coming out on Friday.
Sure is.
I'm excited. The reviews are out.
Perfect tens.
Tens, but even the tens are like, yeah, this game like story wise is what you expect. Like most of them are saying like story phenomenal, gameplay a little messy, is like
Yeah,
what most of them are saying. But
I hate, I hate reviews like that. Like giving it tens just to please Naughty Dog.
I mean, like if it's a 10, I don't do 10 scale. I like a 5 scale because I think tens are a little like arbitrary.
I
But
mean, I wait when you say it's a 10, but I'm like, no, no, no. Is it Legend? Is it Ocarina of Time? Is it Ocarina of Time? No. Okay.
I mean, there's different. I don't like a 10. I don't like 10 scales because they tend to use that upper half is like very heavily used, and then that lower half is like you never see a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Like you never see that. And
Also,
when you see like a seven is like, oh, the game sucks. Game sucks. It's a seven. I'm like, okay, no, wait, a seven is like still
very
like
good.
more than, yeah, like, but people
A
see a
seven,
seven and they're like, oh, sucks. Seven sucks.
also
So
eight.
like,
Also, people that see an 8, they're like, oh, this game is bad.
yeah, so that's why I don't like 10 scales because it's just heavily weighted towards the upper half.
It sounds like a
Um,
very good 9.
yeah. But no, I'm excited to play this. Mostly for the story. That's all I want out of it. So I'm probably not gonna play it on like the hardest difficulty, or like probably just gonna play it on easy, to be honest, just so I can get through it.
You know what? I'm
Cause
gonna be
I
that guy. If you really care about this story, it's kind of out there. No, no, someone did the ending, but of course they did, because they're
Well,
assholes.
yeah, of course they did. No, I'll play through it myself and get
The
the
leak
experience. The
saying like,
first game I only played through the first game once. Like I tried to go through it a second time, and I was just like not feeling it the second time.
I wasn't
Um,
feeling it at all.
yeah, so it's kind of a game I just play, get my experience, and then I'm done with. So yeah, I'm
Well,
excited to play that finally. Um, and then next Monday, Azura Striker Gunvolt 2 for PC. I think
that
this
sounds
game's already out. The game's already out on Switch and PS4, and now it's coming to PC. So this is one of those like cult hits. Like there's a low roar of this for this franchise.
it has a very nice speedrunning community.
Yeah, people love doing speed runs of this, and I only played it a little bit, but yeah, I might check this out. Mega Man style gameplay. So So yeah, that comes out on Monday. And that's it.
That's your games. Nothing on Hot Topics. Gundam got banned. That's about it.
Cool. Good.
All right, that's our show, everyone.
Yeah, that's it. Twitch.tv/Gameoverse.
Yeah,
Um,
that EA thing's this Thursday. We're gonna
EA
hear
is
a
this
lot
Thursday. I'll be
from
here
EA.
Thursday. I should be here Thursday, so
I will be here Thursday as well for the
we
EA
should.
Treganza. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna sit in the corner while I feel the ball, be the ball, or whatever the fuck they're gonna say.
Yeah, definitely see some Star Wars, maybe some other shit. Who
I
knows?
hope I hope they bring back the truck stick.
Truck stick? You mean a trick stick or the hit stick?
Yeah, the hit stick. They should bring back the hit stick. Then I can believe. Then they're like, we brought back the hit stick. You're like, yeah.
Bones wants a new Mass Effect. Sorry,
Not happening.
dude.
That game's an absolute failure.
All right, well, that's the show. Thanks for stopping by.
Yeah.